Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, welcome back. In last few lectures, we have seen some standardization actions and some valuable considerations in the subject of machine design. Today we are going to look at a unique idea that is used in machine design, that is design criteria as far as the preferred sizes are concerned. What are they? Let's go ahead. Guys, when a product is launched, there are variations of product available. For example, if you have got one smartphone, you will have to look at its other color variants also. So if it is coming in black, you look for how it looks in white, in blue, in gold, in red, and so many colors, right? So these are called the color variants. In the same manner, the customer is always looking for the variants available. In the same manner, there are parts and there are machines or machine tools small enough should have variables or variants such that competition can be built. So very basic fundamental idea is variants. But if you are looking at the manufacturer's point of view, in that case, it is difficult for the manufacturer to go for the variations, because for every variation he has to create different models. Maybe for only one smartphone, let us look at smartphone of different series 3.1, 4.1, 4.1 plus, 5.1, 5.1 plus, etc, etc. So to create these variants, he has to adopt or he has to incorporate some different features, and for that it is difficult for the manufacturer to maintain the balance between customers needs, customers requirements, and the cost he is paying for the extra variants. Plus, apart from these variants, he has to pay for the stocking of the material, procurement of the material, and so on. So in order to maintain the balance, it was decided by the Council of World Trade Union that let us make some standardization while making variants, so that for making configured products it will not be a difficult thing. It means if you have a standardized method to create variants, every part will be varied in that manner with some geometrical progression. For example, for the sake of understanding, the first variant is 3.1 is of 31 gram. So the next variant 4.1 will be of 41 gram. So we are making standardization. Whatever is the variant, the name of variant, it is coming from the weight of that variant, and that is how it will go on progressing. So such norms were created, and a few norms let us introduce here because we are going to use them. Let's start. Like it was said, while designing, provision of standard sizes was required to balance between the demand and the cost. Now survey was carried out, and it was found that customers are highly attracted to the geometric progression of variants. Like I said, 3.1, 4.1. So you have to create the variants and you have to make the standardization in such a manner that your variants will be falling under geometric progression. Now, for this, they created different table of sizes. So it was found that customer was satisfactory with the geometric progression of the variants. Let us see how the standardization was made. We are taking just one example for the understanding purpose. There are many variants, many standardization, but only one we are looking at. As you can see, the preferred values of the larger series, what they have said is larger series of 100 time in 5 steps. What does it mean? They want to say that the larger size is 100 times than the smaller, and we have to create variants in 5 steps. Let us elaborate this example. Let us say smallest size is 5. So I'll say it is small. 100 times greater the largest size. So no doubt that the largest size is sorry, I have considered the example of 10 times. Let us not talk about 100 times, 10 times. So the 10 times largest thing will be of 50. No matter what dimension it is, it can be a dimension, it can be a weight also, depends. We have to divide this particular domain into 5 steps. No doubt that we have to take out the mean of them, we have to take out the equal interval between them. So no doubt that formula is 5 plus 50 divided by 5, because we need to create 5 steps. So that gives me 11. So in short, I will go on adding 11 after each successive element or after each successive size in order to divide this into 5 equal steps. So it will be, first will be 5 to 16, thereafter it becomes 27, thereafter it becomes 38, and the last value no doubt is 49, so which is just before the 50 ka domain. So this is how the domain is divided into 5 equal parts. So this is called the desired series or preferred series, and that is how they are created. Let's look at the last part, which is called preferred numbers. What is the importance of preferred number? In the last example, we illustrated how the series is done, how this seriesing is done, so that we can divide the given part into variants in equal manner or in geometric progression. Sometimes the values come out to be in decimal, or sometimes they are not just even values. For example, if we take such an example for a diameter of shaft, at certain interval of point, you can have diameter of shaft equal to 11 mm. Guys, let me tell you that shafts come into standard sizes, right from 2 end wires to 4 mm, 6 mm, 8 mm, 10 mm, 12 mm, and so on. There is a standard series available. So in a case when we are going to get 11 mm as the shaft diameter or required diameter, depending upon its design criteria, we will select the next available value. For example, if 11 mm is the value which is suggested by the preferred numbers, which is suggested by the geometric progression, if that is not available, I'll switch to 12 mm shaft diameter and I will use that particular product. So this kind of analogy is called preferred number or preferred series, right? The one which are available, because we can't go forward, we can't afford the manufacturing of 11 mm shaft separately in such a case. Yeah. At the end of this topic, let me tell you there are some important aspects which are the significance of this preferred series. Very first thing is standardization. If we are going for the preferred series, we can standardize our methods. As we can standardize the variants. Once standardization is followed by everyone, it is going to be helpful for everyone for the manufacturing. The second significance is the standardization of tools. Guys, for different kind of machining purposes, we require tools. Of course, in machine shop practice 1 and 2, we had developed our own tools of mild steel. Such tools are used for the machining purposes. If you have a standardized series, you can go for these tools, and there will be standardization of tools also. The last thing is, which is important, is documentation. If you have got some relationship between different variants, documentation and standardization will be so much helpful. Yes, so let me conclude that we have seen different types of preferred series. We have seen why geometric progression is important, and we have seen what are the importance or what are the significances. Let me recollect quickly. The first importance is standardization of method. Second importance is standardization of tools that we are going to use for these processes. And the last thing which I forgot to mention is calculations. It will be a simplified calculation if we know that there is a relationship between the variants with its predominant. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like this video, please subscribe to Ekeeda. Thank you. See you.